Thank you for your support and for watching avivTarot. This is a general pick-a-card reading. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. Not everything will apply. My readings are meant to be constructive and not destructive. I give readings to empower you. I will be honest in what I see and will not give you false hopes or empty promises in order to keep you happy. I will be compassionate and sensitive to your feelings and will not judge or condemn. Energies are ever-changing. You are still the master of your own destiny.
Hello, hi everyone. Thank you for watching avivTarot. And today we are going to do another pick-a-card reading. And yep, this is an extra video I'm doing this week. To wrap up February. Okay, I'll stop being silly. All right, so today's topic is the full moon message. Depending on where you are in the world, a couple of days ago, was the full moon. And so we are going to take a look at how this full moon is going to affect us in the next 29 to 30 days, because the moon cycle is 29 or 30 days. The thing about this video is that it is timeless. So whenever you find this video, there is probably a message for you. I named it the full moon message, but it could be anything. And we're always, in that moon cycle anyways. So this is just whenever you find this video, the next 30 days, the lunar cycle, okay, of the moon. So here's 3 piles, 1, 2, and 3, and use your intuition. Pick the card or the pile that you resonated with the most. And if you need more time, you can pause the video, and timestamps are going to be in the description box below, and we'll see what the next 30 days or this full moon wants to, what kind of advice, what kind of energy it's going to bring to you. All right, so I totally forgot to mention earlier, and so I'm just interjecting this into the video, is that there is a tarot reader that I was supposed to mention in the intro about her channel, because she is actually doing free readings until the end of today, which is February 28th, 2021. And her channel, her name is Terry Nichols, and I'm going to put her channel link in the description box below as well, so that you can go and check her channel out. And she does a lot of yes or no readings, and also she does a lot of other readings as well, but mainly how I started watching her channel was a lot of like those yes or no card readings, and she's a very great reader, so I would totally go and support her channel too. So this is just a additional little message that I missed at the very beginning, and that I want to share with all of my viewers. And we want to support the community and spread the love. So go check her videos out, and that's it. All right, so now pile number 1, these are your tarot cards. Ooh, look at this. We have 2 major arcana cards. 2 major arcana cards. We have the 5 of Swords, which is about conflict and defeat. And then we have the Fertility and the Destiny card. All right, this is the Wheel of Fortune, and this is the Empress card. Look at this. This is an amazing card. And don't worry about the 5 of Swords. We'll explain that in a little bit. And so let's take a look at all of the oracle cards, and then we'll do the reading together. So we have the 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. This is the heart chakra. Okay. And then we have a new oh my goodness, look at this. A new romantic cycle begins. And then we have the heart chakra. All right, okay, we have surrender. We have wishing, Very nice. And then over here we have release. And then lastly, we have the sacral chakra. So, ooh, sacral chakra is very nice too, combined with the heart chakra. Very nice. All right, so for pile number 1, I'm getting a very strong vibe of romance, okay, for the next 30 days. So I think the lunar cycle, or the lunar, the lunar cycle, the next 29 to 30 days, your main message is about romance, okay? It's a romance. First of all, we have the romantic cycle begins. And then we have the heart chakra. You got to open up your heart and look at this fertility card right here. It's that heart chakra too. The heart chakra is being illuminated. Doesn't these two look almost the same? Look at that. And then both of them has this circle around the head, like you're being illuminated, having this like maybe an epiphany of some sort, right? And then combined with destiny, I feel like for the people who are, so if you're single, I think you're going to meet someone who you're destined to meet. And then we have the surrender card. And when I see the surrender card, I see it as, just surrendering to the divine timing. And over here we have wishing combined with this. This is almost like, look at this. This is almost look like you're praying for something, and then your prayer is being answered, right? So I do think that whatever you're wishing for, so it might not be romantic, right? That people who chose pile number 1, maybe you're wishing for some kind of an advancement in career, or like more prosperity coming your way, etc. But very strongly is romantic. But I think whatever you're wishing for, your prayer is being answered, okay? As long as you surrender to the divinity, to the energy, I think you're going to see your wishes, see your prayer being answered. We do have the destiny card, which kind of correspond with this. It's all about that divine timing, divine energy, surrendering. Life is not always, you're not always going to be on the bottom. Sometimes you will rise to the top, but then again, it's always moving. The only thing that remains constant is change. And that's kind of reflected being here. And then that circle of life, fertility, the circle, right? It's all being there as well. And over here we have the release card. So I feel like for people who chose pile number 1, the avivs chose pile number 1, you do have to release some kind of something. If you watch like these videos enough, you're always hearing, you gotta release what's no longer serving you, that type of thing. But I feel like with this release, it could also just be, releasing toxins maybe in your body, right? You need to take care of yourself. The Empress over here is a very grounded energy, and it's I feel with like nutritious food. You want to eat more healthy food, right? Because this is about fertility. It's about Mother Earth, right? So it's a lot about that energy as well, like taking care of your body and your heart. Over here we do have like these two cards about the heart is taking opening up your heart. So this release could also be that you gotta release not just what's not serving you, but release some preconceived ideas. Maybe you have some preconceived ideas of yourself. You have some preconceived ideas of some other people. Maybe we always judge people, or usually we judge people by the first time we meet, first impressions, that type of thing. But sometimes we can be fooled by first impressions, right? Or by how they dress, how they talk. We get a little bit stereotypical, or have prejudice, or whatever it is that we have. And we got to release those things as well, releasing preconceived ideas, releasing toxins, releasing bad things that we put into our body, right? Release bad habits. So those kind of things. And also over here, we do want to mention this Five of Swords, which is about conflict and defeat. Maybe release grudges, right? Because maybe sometimes we feel we're defeated. We feel like someone did us wrong. Or, you know, it could also just be like things that we think about ourselves. Like we feel defeated. We feel like we are a failure. We feel we're not good enough. We got to release. That's a preconceived idea as well, right? About us. It could be based off of like things that happened in the past, but again, learn from the past and then become better. And I feel like you are moving away from this conflict and defeated energy and into more fertile energy, and also this divine destiny type of energy. So not only I feel like with this is about the like having a new romantic encounter, right? This fated encounter with a soulmate or with someone that you feel really connected with. But it could also just be like spiritual, right? So you have this fated encounter. You feel like everything seems to fall into place, like things are meant to be because of certain things that happened in the past, and now like you are on a path of like spirituality or discovering about yourself. Maybe you're having a relationship with yourself. That could be that too, right? However, I do have to say very, very strong romantic feel with this pile, because over here lastly we have the sacral chakra. You are highly sensitive. Oh, we just talked about this. Oh my gosh, the release and the sacral chakra. So you are highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, right? Processed foods and energies right now. I didn't even have him read this, but just seeing the release card, we're talking about, you know, food that we put into ourselves. And then over here, respect your sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. So, you know, gotta let go of certain preconceived ideas, certain relationships as well, like what we're talking about over here, and respect your sensitivities. If people can't accept who you are as the way you are, then they are not the right people that you want to be associated with, or at least not constantly, right? So new encounters, maybe relationship moving up to the next level, right? Fertility, I feel like, again, if you are looking to have get pregnant, have kids, right? I think you got to release some of these toxins that you're putting into yourself. This could be also releasing stress and pressure. It could come from other people, but it could come from within. You're putting a lot of stress and pressure upon yourselves. And so you got to let go of that as well. So in order to become more fertile, become more inspired, this is a new beginning. Number 3, the Empress card, a new beginning is coming towards you. You have a lot of number ones. See, 3 is like beginning of something. We have over here 1. You chose pile number 1. 19, if you add them together, that's 1, right? That's 10, and then you reduce it, that's 1. And over here we have 38. If you add it together, that's 11. That's a master number, right? And that's a lot of 1's energy. Of course, that's the 2 energy as well, but that's number 1. Sacral chakra, lots of sexual desires, inspiration, creativity, and that's all embraced or included in this Empress card as well. So you're beginning to become more inspired, passionate about things that you want to go after. So the next 30 days or so, I think you're going to feel really inspired to do something very, very creative. So if you are in some kind of artsy field or something that involves a lot of creativity, or you need ideas, I think you're going to get and bombarded, okay, with those kind of things coming in for you. A lot of your wishes and your prayers are being answered. We do have this Destiny card, and again, new romantic relationship, or just like new encounters. You're gonna make new friends, people who you are going to connect very, very well with. Okay. And over here, lastly, the romantic thing. Not only you're attracted, you encountered this person. I feel like you're gonna feel really attracted because it's the sacral chakra. You're gonna feel really, really attracted to this person, like sexually as well, right? We're talking about the romantic part of this. And with this sacral chakra, we have the fertility. So if you guys don't want to have kids, you gotta better be careful. You want to, protection, right? And besides that, and with this conflict and defeat and the romantic cycle and the release card, and I feel like when you're falling head over heel or about someone or with someone, right, you have to also become very vulnerable, because you're kind of shedding all of these masks that you put on when you're with like just regular friends and family, but when you are with a romantic partner, you are the most vulnerable when you're with them, and that's about that as well, right? You're showing your vulnerability, you're showing your vulnerable side to this person, or this person is going to see that side of you and feeling really connected with you. You gotta open up your heart chakra. So lots of good energy coming in, friendly relationships, new friendship, new romantic partnership, right? And if you are in a romantic, in a stable relationship right now, and I feel like it's just gonna get better. You might even want to move on to the next level that we were talking about earlier, like fated, the next step, getting married, having kids, building a firm foundation, surrendering, right? Feeling vulnerable, showing that vulnerable side to your partner, and lots of sexual chemistry going on as well. So I don't know, pile number one, it's just fantastic for you for the next 30 days. I would have tell you things to watch out for, but there's really nothing except, don't put release toxins, release stress, make sure you sleep well, right? And eat well, eat nutritious food. No more processed food or chemicals or additives, right? And watch out the kind of people that you're associating with, because you're quite sensitive, so you'll pick up on their energies as well. So you want to associate with people with positive energies. And I feel like those energies are going to, affect each other. So interact with other positive people. You will also be able to, you affect them and they affect you. And I don't mean that, negative people just ignore them and don't associate with them, but maybe not as much. Or if you know that your vibration is a little bit lower and you'll probably be affected by their energy, you probably don't want to, be with them for like too long of a time. But if you know that your vibration is super high, that you can trump any negative energies, then why not? Maybe you can bring them out of the darkness too, right? So, again, I feel pile number one, very positive things are coming for you next month or this next lunar cycle, right? And congratulations. Let me know how this resonated with you, because I really am curious if what kind of wishes you wished for and they came true or not. And you can put all of those in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel under my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. All right, so for pile number two, let's take a look at your cards. We'll take a look at your tarot first. We have emotional withdrawal, This is the Eight of Cups card. And then over here we have partnerships and alliances, but in reverse. This is the Three of Wands card. And then we have here, ooh, Sacral Chakra. Pile number 1 got this too, but in a different oracle deck. So you got this Sacral Chakra. Very nice. Very nice. All right, so you got yin yang. Oh wow, look at this. Pile number 2, you have strong number 2 energy. Okay, and I do, okay, because I'm looking at the other cards right now, so I'll tell you, because I see some other synchronicities stuff too. So anyways, this one, it says hold your vision. So this is fixed moon. Okay, hold your vision. And this is the card that I wanted to mention. It's blossoming. This is number 33. We have a 3 right here, although it's reversed, but it is a 3 card, right? So number 3 might be a significant number for you. You might be seeing a lot of 3s. That means you know, the spirits are around you, protecting you. You are being protected. You are being washed over. And so that's 3. We have a lot of 2s. We have a lot of 3s. And over here we have 29, which is about movement. 29, if you add it together, that's a master number 11. So you have 11, you have 22, you have 33. Look at that. And 22, 11, if you add it together, okay, if you add that together, that's a number 2 as well. That's a 2 energy too. So you have super strong, and you chose pile number 2. 2 is all about partnership. It's all about harmony, balance. So that could be something that you need to watch out for the next 30 days is balance, partnership, relationships with people, right? Now let's take a look at the rest of the cards. We have Speak Truth. Okay, this reminds me of the Ace of Swords card. Right, speak truth. And then over here we have vegetarian or vegan. We'll talk about this card, the wording of this later. All right, so pile number 2, as we were talking about, you have a bunch of master numbers right here. We have 22, we have 33. Over here we have 11. So 11, 22, 33, and 11, if you add it together, that's a 2. So number 2 is the most powerful, as we talked about already. All right, so now I think for the next 30 days or this next lunar cycle message for you is there's movement. There's going to be a lot of movement for you. We do have this card, which is quite interesting because it's about partnerships and alliances. And we have a lot of 2s that we talked about earlier. That 2 is about partnerships, alliances, relationships with people. So this is not just romantic, but it's just relationships in general with people. I do feel like there's a lot of things going on. We have the yin yang card. Relationships is a major theme for you also in the next 30 days or this next lunar cycle. I said also because pile number 1 got that, but they're more romantic, like romance focused. You're just relationships in general with friends, with family, with your partners, business partners, or your romantic partners, just relationships in general. You got to watch out for those. You want to find balance. You don't want to putting too much time towards one and ignoring the other. You got to find the balance between the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine energy, finding the counterparts between people, compromise. That could be also another theme or message for you for the next 30 days is about compromising. Over here, emotional withdrawal. This is a number 8 card. 8 of Cups. It's about moving forward as well, right? Finding a common goal and moving forward, leaving things behind. But the thing is, what I feel over here, this over here also it's about hold your vision. It's about like staying in your path. Okay. Don't, give up too easily, because over here we have blossoming as well, and we have movement. So the next 30 days, this is about movement as well, moving forward, leaving things behind and going on, right? So I think in the next 30 days, this next lunar cycle, the message is about holding your vision, staying your ground, and going after what you wanted, because maybe you've been in quite a stagnant energy before, but now you're going to be you're going to be able to find balance. There's people, there's mysterious energies, and if you do have certain relationship with gods, I guess, spirits and angels, and I was gonna say, if you have certain beliefs, right, religious beliefs, you are being washed over. Just have faith, believe, they're helping you. The only thing is you want to watch out. I do want to mention this card being reversed. There is something that you want to watch out for. Maybe people are not showing you their real self or their real intention. We don't have the Seven of Swords card, so it's probably not as bad, right? People trying to deceive you or trying to take advantage of you. But the thing is, there might be some kind of halt or pause due to not being able to see eye to eye or being on the same page about something. So maybe that's why this one, it's about partnerships and alliances, it's being reversed. Maybe there was like some kind of a relationships falling apart, right? People don't want to collaborate with you. They're stepping out, they're going away. And so now you have to find balance. You got to maintain that balance or regain that balance, especially if it is about like, business or something like that. People leaving the business, it's a huge thing, right? Because you're losing a team member, you're losing a partner, especially if they hold, they invest money into the business that you're in. That's a huge attack, or right, huge thing for your business. So I think maybe you're trying to recuperate in the next 30 days with, maybe someone leaving the business or leaving you, or like a separation from you, like breaking up the relationships, right? So you're trying to recuperate and finding that balance again, so that and also finding a new person to fill in the space. It could be romantically speaking, but it could also be about business, right? About business friends. Maybe you're a really good friends of yours, or you thought this person is like your best friend, right? You trusted them with everything, and then they kind of turned their back on you and didn't help you when you needed. And now you're like, okay, well, maybe you're not as good of a friend that I thought. I need to find someone who is truly a friend and that can help me when I need, and also vice versa. I will help you when you are in trouble as well. And so it's all about that give and take, the balance, the partnership, relationships and stuff like that. And so maybe because this person is leaving or something like that, this emotional withdrawal, right? Moving forward with regardless of them leaving, right? Movement, taking action, going forward with things regardless of the obstacles, the troubles that they left you in, right? And over here, blossoming, I feel like you will see that a success on the way, because it's blossoming. So you are on the way to being seen, on the way of success, on the way of a better, more harmonious relationship. Over here is to speak the truth, right? Speak the truth. Ace of Wands. You're going to see clearly. That's what we're talking about over here. That maybe someone is not seeing eye to eye with you, and now you finally see their true self. They're revealing their true self, and you don't want to beat around the bush too much, because sometimes that gets misunderstood. If you're not being direct enough. when I say direct, or I don't mean like blunt or being rude, but you want to, state the fact in a diplomatic way, and tell things the way it should be, right? And people who are supportive of your idea, of your goal, they will be there for you and they won't get it wrong. And the people who are not, there is some kind of gap in between how you guys view things and stuff like that, then these people will leave your circle of, life, or circle of friendship, relationship, etc. And that's what I feel with this emotional withdrawal as well. Maybe people leaving your life as well, and you're like, fine, I'm okay with that. If you want to go and not be a part of what I want to accomplish, that's okay too. I will find someone else with the same type of goal, with the same, birds of the same feather, they will flock together. So fine, if you want to go, then go ahead, right? You won't. I feel with the speak truth, remember I said this is kind of like that Ace of Swords energy, is like, all right, that's fine. You're not going to hold on to someone who is not meant to be. Very decisive type of energy. Yes, you will feel sad. Of course, we all feel bad and sad about it, but that's kind of life. And you also see that clearly as well. You totally understand the law of life, that if it's not meant to be, it doesn't matter how hard you try or how hard of course you will try your best to make things work. That's what it is. But after everything that you've tried and it still doesn't work, then it just means that it's not meant to be, and you're perfectly okay with letting them go. And because of that, I think you're going to start seeing movement and blossoming. And over here, sacral chakra, I feel with this, it's like you have that gut feeling. You have that inspiration, that creativity. Things are going to move forward. You have a lot of ideas that you want to accomplish, and you need people to help you. And you need that supportive system. And I think you are going to get that, right? This over here says, hold your vision. Whatever you're seeing that you want to accomplish, it's the spirits or the universe is telling you that's a great idea. Go for it. Movement, do it, right? This is the right timing right now too, because this is a speak truth. This is like the beginning of something, and then lots of movement and withdrawal. And I said you got a lot of master's number, pile number 2. So this is like your calling. This is what you're meant to do, and go ahead and do it. And follow that gut feeling of yours. You're very intuitive. You're very inspiring to people too as well. Okay. And over here we have vegetarian and vegan, which is kind of interesting that we have this card like out of all the other cards. Over here it says fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a high boost life force energy, which elevates your spiritual frequency. And I feel, for spiritual frequency, look, you got a lot of master number 11, 22, and 33. So your spiritual frequency is super high. And I think with this just means that you got to watch out with the stuff that you put into your body as well. Pile number 1 kind of got this too. Maybe you want to go and check out pile number 1 too. Maybe you do have like a romantic partnership coming in too, because you do have a lot of 2s, right? For pile number 2, you got to watch out the things that you put into your body. Even though it's a vegetarian or vegan type of thing, I don't want to push the idea onto people. I think you do what you feel is right for you, and I don't want to be like, oh, you eat meat, that's horrible. No, like I do feel really bad for the animals. I do think that one day I'll probably become a vegetarian. With that being said, now I do, I have no judgment on people who eat meat. We're all carnivores, right? And I do think also there are certain things that you get from food, meat in particular, that you cannot get. So then you have to take, supplements in order to supply the kind of vitamins that you need. But regardless, I think vegetarian, maybe you don't have to do it all the time. Maybe with this, it's just that, a lot of Asian or Chinese people in particular, because I can't really speak for the Japanese or the Koreans, but if you are Koreans or Japanese, you can leave that in the comment section below if you guys do the same thing. But I know for a fact that Chinese people, a lot of the times when they have certain prayers or certain things that they want to accomplish, and they set like an intention, and with that they will also say that, okay, for the next 30 days or for the next new moon, when it's new moon and the full moon days, so the 1st and the 15th of the lunar cycle, they will be vegetarians. They will not eat meat at all those days, or for a whole month or for however long. That's one of the ways to give back, right? And so they would do this vegetarian thing or vegan thing as part of their to help manifest certain things that they want to accomplish. And I think maybe that would be like a message for pile number 2 as well. Maybe there are certain things that you want to accomplish, and by helping you accomplish that, maybe you can set an intention that, okay, I'm going to be a vegetarian on the 1st and 15th of every lunar cycle, or like, okay, for the next couple months or next few weeks, next 49 days. So 49 is a major number spiritually, so maybe like for the next 49 days I'm going to be a vegetarian, that type of thing. So you can set that as an intention to help you manifest certain things that you want to manifest. So that's what I see for pile number 2, and that's like a message that's coming through. It's a lot of relationships related. You gotta watch out. There's certain things, certain people, I would have to say, certain people that are, if they don't see eye to eye, they are not on the same page as you. Of course, try to compromise with them, but if nothing works, then it's time to let them go. And you're going to see a lot of movements going forward with the vision that you have, with this goal that you want, and you guys will work together to accomplish that goal and that vision, okay, and also speak the truth. So if you are the kind of person that don't want to hurt people's feelings, which I totally agree, but sometimes maybe you do just have to be direct and say things the way it is. And because I know for a fact that it doesn't matter how you put certain things. People are going to take it the way they're going to take it. And that's why sometimes misunderstanding, takes place, because people take certain things or hear certain things and they interpret it a certain way, but they don't clarify that. So like, this is what you mean, right? And, we just take things for however it is that we interpret it, and then we don't clarify things, and that's how misunderstanding takes place. And so maybe that is that. So you want to maybe when you certain things, you want to avoid conflict or misunderstanding, maybe to clarify certain things. Ask them like how did they interpret this thing, and see if they actually got what you mean. Otherwise, it's very hard to get into people's brain and see what they're thinking, right? But with people, again, what we were talking about earlier, people of the same feather, they will flock together. And so people who think very similarly, they most likely will agree with with you. And sometimes it doesn't mean that people who are against you are always bad, right? Because they might have a point as well. So you want to listen to that too. Because over here, this card being reversed, it doesn't mean that maybe they have a point to come against you. So you want to hear them out as well. So maybe don't always go with the people that agree with you. Sometimes you got to listen to people who are speaking the truth. Maybe you think this is the best idea ever, and they will point out the blind spots that you're missing, and you got to hear them out as well. So don't just reject them and become really offended by them not agreeing with you. hear them out and then figure out the best way and find a way to make things work. That could be also another message coming through with this card being reversed. But whatever it is, things are blossoming for you. Things are going to be moving forward for you in the next 30 days, this next lunar cycle. Everything is going to become a lot more fluid, a lot smoother, I feel like. And then finding that balance, even with your food, the kind of things that you put into your body, you want to find the balance. Don't go too much or too little of something, right? Finding balance is your main theme for the next 30 days or the lunar cycle. Okay, so that's what I see for pile number 2, and let me know if this resonated with you, and if you have anything that you want to share with me, anything you want to say, leave it in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel under my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye. All right, lastly, we have pile number 3, and this is the tarot cards that you got. Ooh, Judgment, Truth. Very nice. Pile number 2 it's a different oracle deck, but they got Speak the Truth. This is kind of like that in a way. This is Prosperity Begins. Very nice. This is Ace of Pentacles, which is my favorite card. And over here, ooh, look at this, 6 of Cups, Memories of Love. Ooh, look at that. Okay. All right, so we'll take a look at all of the oracle cards, and then we'll do the interpretation. And so over here we have Door to Spirit, okay, number 32. And then over here we have Luck is on your side. This card in this deck, always feels like the Wheel of Fortune card for me, right? If it's a tarot card. And then over here we have Focus. And then over here we have Belonging. House of Night, Belonging. Ooh, look at this. I just noticed this is 41 and this is 14. And it was coming right after another. So this is like a mirror image. So there's something mirroring for pile number 3, which over here we have the Judgment card. So it's about that as well, right? And then over here we have Withdraw. And then over here it says Cut Your Cords. Interesting. It's about release. Pile number 1 is about, they got a different deck, but they have the card about release as well. So this is very interesting. Pile 1, 2, and 3, they're all kind of interconnected in some way. So pile number 3, if you want to go ahead and listen to 1 and 2, you might get some stuff out of there too. Too bad I can't go back and tell 2 and 1 because I'm just recording it all as one sitting. But well, you got the benefit of getting some of the stuff that I read for pile number 1 and 2. So, maybe you could go back and listen to some of the stuff because I do see some similarities. For example, pile number 1 is all about relationships, like romantic relationship. And you do have this too, 6 of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, right? And but over here we have also other things for pile number 3. There are other messages. So let me talk about the romantic stuff first then, since we're on that topic. So for pile number 3, for the next 30 days or this lunar cycle for you, we have Prosperity Begins, we have Memories of Love. These 2 cards together combined with the Judgment card, the Truth. I think there is somebody coming back for you. Okay, let me put it out there. Someone from the past coming back to you. This is someone, it doesn't necessarily has to be romantic, but just someone coming back from the past to reconnect with you. Perhaps maybe they're apologizing, because the Judgment has a little bit of that too, apologizing. Or someone from, or like we were talking about, it could be romantic related. They're coming in to offer you something, right? Offer you a promise, offer you something that they couldn't offer you before, but then they can do that now. And they realize some kind of something like truth. They came to a realization about this relationship, right? And so they're coming back to give you a new promise, to come back and give you love and harmony. Or it could be about like just friendship in general, someone coming back you lost touch with, and they're here now, and maybe you've lost touch for a very long time, maybe because they moved away, maybe they're now with the Ace of Pentacles, they're coming back to stay. So you have someone coming back into your life who is very supportive and will give you like a solid, will be there for you now, right? So that's about that. And so now if it's like, because we have the Ace of Pentacles, so we do have to, so there is this possibility of like a business or like money coming in, prosperity. So things that you thought, maybe with this card in Judgment, it's like coming into a realization of some sort. Maybe you are getting some kind of a download about things like business, right? Or like investments. And now you're putting that into like certain kind of investment. You're beginning to invest, or you're beginning to looking into like managing your money, or you want to move your career ahead, like to the next level, right? You want to work harder to get something. And I think that is a possibility as well. And I feel like with this Memories of Love, which is it's the Six of Cups. So you're gonna have people, it's very harmonious. With the Six of Cups, I usually feel with like the relationships being very harmonious. People around you are going to help you with this goal that you want to achieve, whether it's about, business, working together to achieve a common goal, or they're going to help you, like giving you some kind of like tips or something, right? And to help you like with the investment or like money, that type of thing. So lots of prosperity, lots of things coming in, very solid things. And this could also be building like, planting a seed and waiting for it to prosper. And because over here with the Judgment card, the next card is the World card. So you're towards the end of a journey as well. So now you're about to embark onto a new journey too, whether it's like romantically or business. And I also do see a little bit of spiritual stuff too, because over here you have the door to spirit. So it could be about like spiritual, your spiritual journey. Maybe you're embarking onto a spiritual journey. It's something that you've always wanted to do, because Six of Cups is about like a previous or past memory, right? And so it's something that you've always wanted to do, and now everything with the Ace of Pentacles and the Judgment card together, I feel like now is the right timing to do something that you've always wanted to do, right? And over here also with the Luck is on your side. Again, I talked about that. This is almost like that Wheel of Fortune card. So it's about fate. It's about things coming together for you, right? And over here with the belonging. So you want to feel a sense of belonging, whether it's like spiritually, right? If you have certain religious belief, it's about belonging to that group, that religion. But it could also be like, setting something like a foundation of something. So you're building like a firm relationship with someone. So now you have that sense of belonging with the Six of Cups too. Someone that you've had a really deep connection with, the sense of belonging. And we talked about this earlier with the 14 and the 41. being mirroring each other. So someone, it could be that soulmate energy too, because we have the Six of Cups, soulmate energy, someone you mirror, someone you connect very, very deeply. So previously I talked about someone from the past, and I wanted to clarify, and I think I missed it, I didn't clarify, is that this is someone that you feel good about, you feel close to, okay? So it's not someone that is like toxic, or that is that you hated, okay, from the past. No, that's not the kind of person that I'm talking about. It's someone who you connect deeply with, someone you're almost mirroring. You feel like a lot of the things that you guys do, like maybe you guys will talk about things, because it could be someone that, you know, we talked about, like someone from the past that you haven't been talking to. So you're catching up and you realize like you guys shared a lot of similar experiences or things. You're like, wow, it's like you're almost like my double. Like we have something very similar. You feel super similar, right? The mirroring energy. And over here we have the focus, and which I think it resonated with the Ace of Pentacles a little bit about that. It's like having that focus, having the wanting to establish something, foundation, moving forward with certain things. And this is apple, isn't it? Yes, this is a lot of apple. It's an apple tree. Apple, I feel like apple is about, you know, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, the health aspect of it, right? This tree is about health as well. And so you maybe for pile number 3 for the next 30 days, this lunar month, you want to take care of your health as well. So watch out for the things that you put into your body. I think all 3 piles have this similar type of message, because over here cut your cords, it's kind of about that releasing energy, releasing people that no longer, first of all, we always talk about this, people that no longer serve you. It could be people, places, and things, right? Just don't hold on to certain things. But it could also be like cutting out distractions, cutting out bad habits, cutting out bad eating habits, not just like habits like, you know, sleeping late or something like that, or being addicted to like phone to certain things, right? But it's also about cutting out like food, bad food, processed food, you know, eating healthier. It's about that too. And cutting cords, I could also be cutting cords of people who are releasing people that are giving you a lot of stress and pressure. But it could also, I think this could also be about, like, again, it's very similar to pile number 1. If you're going to listen to pile number 1 as well, it's about releasing a lot of like preconceived ideas that you have about yourself or other people too. So cutting cords, I feel mainly, I think this is about cutting out the people, places, and things. It's kind of like that Queen of Swords energy, right? Being tough and just moving on and cutting out, like, you know, people or places or things, right? That are so like cleaning up things, organizing things, and moving forward with your life and not looking back. And maybe because you're doing that, sometimes some of these past things are going to rise as like a test to see if you really moved on, or you thought you moved on but not quite. So I guess there could be someone that's like kind of toxic and kind of bad coming back to you, but that's more like a test. But I feel with these is more like someone that you had good relationships with, right? And you'll feel a sense of belonging. But there's also a possibility of like exes or friends that you don't really associate with anymore, because you kind of fall apart because you guys are going your separate ways. You guys don't see eye to eye in certain things. Or it could just, you know, they cheated, just horrible person. So that's why you want to break away from, but they're coming back. They might just be coming back to give you an apology too, because over here we do have the judgment. Maybe something happened in their life that they realized what they did before to you is wrong. So they're coming back to apologize, so to make amends, and so that you guys can move on, like really moving on and not holding that grudge anymore. So it could be about cutting cords, about not releasing, cutting out this grudges that you have about certain person, right? So that could be that as well. But in general, I think it might be someone who is coming back to you that you feel very closely associated with, that mirror and the mirroring type of thing, and you feel very like a sense of belonging, like feeling really good. So it could be romantically, but it could just be friends and family too, okay? Someone you grew up with, whether it's same sex or different sex, right? Just you feel closely to. But I feel like there is some kind of maybe apology coming in for you as well. Right? Yep. Perfect. And lastly, the door to spirit. I feel like you're opening, you're on a lot of pile number 3s. Maybe you are on your way to spirituality or connecting with the higher self, or if you have religious beliefs or something like that, connecting with your spirits or with your guiding angels, or like gods and goddesses, right? Over here we have the judgment as well. You're getting some kind of a calling from them, and so you are going to follow their direction and opening up like lots of opportunities, but this is more like spiritual growth type of opportunities, okay? So you're becoming more intuitive, becoming more sensitive, helping other people. Because I feel with this 6 of Cups, with the hand holding out the candles, is about helping others as well, okay? Finding truth, finding balance, finding prosperity, helping them finding prosperity and truth too. And then over here, withdrawal. It's a lot of like working on things on your own instead of working in a large group. So right now for the next 30 days or this lunar cycle, because we do have the focus card and the withdrawal card. So I do feel like you want to be more like on the low key side. Maybe you want to do a lot of the things on your own first instead of sharing it with people prematurely. Just do a lot of things on your own and set your intentions, because you have the luck on your side too, right? And I think a lot of the things that you wanted to do will fall into place for you, because we have the door to spirit. Things will fall into place for you. And for example, that we were talking about the apology, people from the past that did you wrong, they're going to come back and give you an apology so that you can move on, move forward, and not let your past hunt you anymore. And it could also be like people from the past like coming back to you, and now you have good friends, good supportive system, friends and families, could be partner too, romantic partners helping you. But it could also not just be past people. It could also be because with this judgment card, it could be like people who you're meant to meet, right? Door to spirit, people who you're meant to be, your soulmate, your counterpart, someone who is mirroring you. This could also be, I don't talk a lot about like twin flames, but there could be a possibility of that as well with the 14 and the 41, right? And the sense of belonging and the truth card, and over here the soulmate, right? 6 of Cups. So could be, depending on what kind of terms that you use, could be twin flame, soulmates, or just your counterparts, divine counterparts, you're going to meet them if you haven't already. So there is a possibility of meeting them and then supporting each other on your journey to a higher calling, helping others, like we were talking about earlier, like, because if it's a twin flame thing, as we all know, that they have a higher calling, they're supposed to be helping other people achieve like a higher calling type of things, right? spirituality or like just helping people in general. So there is that as well. So you might be meeting a soulmate or a twin flame or a divine counterpart too. So if it does not necessarily has to be someone from the past, but it could be someone new as well. And if you are in a relationship, you're just gonna get that building on that firm foundation. Withdraw, I think, is about like really building that right with your partner, doing it low key and building, really building that foundation, because luck is on your side, and I feel like you're going to go on this journey together, door to spirit, to and answer your calling, right? And then over here, lastly, we're going to read this. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns, which we talked about this already, right? But it's just Archangel Michael. You can ask them, you could give your prayer to Archangel Michael to help you clear out old attachments and fears and free yourself from destructive patterns, right? Past relationship, which is very interesting. We have this card, the Six of Cups, the past soulmate, past relationships type of thing as well. And with the Judgment, lots of like past energy coming out with the 3. And so in the next lunar cycle, I think there is going to be some kind of a past coming back to you, and you are going to make amends, I think, or moving forward with the thing and learning from the past, and then letting those go. It could be about meeting new people, but who you feel deeply connected with. Everything is going to be falling into place for you, pile number 3, whether it's spiritually, like your spiritual journey, or it could be, business and prosperity, like money and stuff like that. So maybe if you've been struggling a little bit, I think you will be able to start seeing a new beginning, start to see like the light at the end of the tunnel type of things, right? Your prayer, I feel, with this card, Judgment, is also being answered, because over here we have the luck is on your side card. So very similar to pile number 1, message 2, I feel like. Okay, so really, if you have time, listen to it, but if not, it's okay. And what else? Let me see. Oh, and do things more on your own. Withdraw. Do it more like on the low key type of the low key side, right? And don't. If you can do things on your own, finding the balance in your social and alone side, and don't be scared to be alone, right? Alone and loneliness is 2 different things. Alone, you feel good or get used to being alone and doing things by yourself. You could be alone and doing things by yourself and not feel lonely, because you do have a lot of people around you. It's just that, becoming more independent. Withdraw from social circle just a little bit. And I feel like maybe because you do have these past energy coming back, maybe you do want to withdraw just a little bit and not getting too involved, because it could you somehow, especially if this is someone that you don't have you had a little bit of a fallout with, it's going to affect you a little bit. But if it's someone from the past, also I think relationships in general, you want to be close, but sometimes you want to find that balance between, again, spending time with someone all the time and not having like so dependent on the other person, versus like way too independent. Find that balance too, because you want to have space and time to yourself so that you can think and reflect instead of constantly being attached to someone by the hips, right? So finding that as well, that balance between spending time with people and spending time alone, so that you can do things and on your own, All right, so that's the thing. That's your the message for you for the next 30 days that's going to come up. And let me know how this resonate with you. And you might also, because we're already kind of in the lunar cycle already, or you know, we're always in some kind of a lunar cycle. So whenever you find this video, you know, you might kind of in the middle of this already. So let me know how this resonate with you, and if you find this helpful, or if you have anything that you would like to share with me, you can leave it in the comments section below. And don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel, enjoy my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.